What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's the 2nd of April. We're taking a look at Aerodrome Finance this morning. This will be the AERO USD pair. This will be a daily chart. We're going to look at a 3-minute time frame. This is from Coinbase, the price data. The website here is tradingview.com. This is a free charting service. Check it out if you are interested. Once again, Aerodrome Finance / the United States dollar, AERO USD. Guys, decent day yesterday, which would have been Tuesday, the 1st of April. We had a 7.02% up day. That is good. So we've seen the lows. Support right now, 85.20. So got a recommendation from a viewer and threw that up on the chart. They asked if I could put the price levels on the right on the screen. So I put them on the right hand side of the screen. You could see here 85.20 is the support level that we were looking for. There was also one at 84.494, which I did not put down on the screen, but the 85.20 is what we were talking about, which you could see the market found support at the 85.20 as well as 84.494. So let's go back to yesterday. Yesterday we spoke about we could be in for an upside move here for Aerodrome if we didn't take out the lows from the 30th. So that would tell us that the bottom is in for now, and we might head higher actually, if not at least sideways. Well, so far we're doing that. Obviously, we don't know how high it will go. The only thing we can do is watch what we have on the screen, which we're going to get into that in just a moment. So obviously yesterday we did not take out the lows. We closed up, Aerodrome closed up 7.02% on this Coinbase chart. So far today is pretty quiet. Down 1%. We did not make another low today. I don't think we made also a higher high either, but so far some quiet trading action. So we'll see if we start to get a move like this, where we start to get a nice big green candle. But so far we've seen the lows. We didn't take out the lows yet. That tells us that the odds flip for right now in the short term, that we are heading higher rather than lower. But keep in mind, this thing broke bearish, very bearish, back in here on the 27th. So the overall move right now is bearish, with a short-term bullish move in play, which can, of course, develop into a much larger bullish move to much higher prices. But right now, overall, the chart is bearish, but it looks like we have a short-term bottom in, and we're heading bullish, which means higher in price. So if we've seen the 85.20 support that we were talking about up at the levels of $1.36, there's potential that this market could actually rally back up to the 128. You could see on the screen, we have that written down. So you could see 128 would be first line of resistance. 128.300, which I didn't put on the screen, but it's close enough to 128. The real level that I would be interested in seeing the price get up to would be $1.3676. So that's the original price that we broke bearish over here on the 27th. So if the markets got back up to that level and found resistance and started to roll over, that would be perfect trading here on the chart. So we could rally up, maybe we trade through it, close below it, and then these markets start to roll over again. So that price is, for one, 128, and then two, the real level that I am keeping an eye on if prices even get that high, 136.76. That's this green line on the chart, and the price is right over there to the right hand side of your screen, 136.76, as well as 128.00. So that is where we're currently standing right now. Off the 85.20 lows, let's see what the ruler tells us where the price is at right now. About a 27 or so % move off the lows. So we spoke about, look, if the price breaks the 136 and closes below it, it's bearish. There's a good chance that the markets are heading back down to the 85.20. That's our level of support we were looking for. There was a little bit of support up in here in the 90, I think it was the mid to high 90s based on the fibs, but I didn't have that level. My level was 85.20. And it looks like so far we could be heading higher now. The odds are flipped short term that we're heading higher. So like I said, 128, 136, 76, even 128,300. But if we get to 128,300, we're obviously going to hit 128 first. 136.76 above that. Okay. We have also two new levels to keep an eye on. So if this move really starts to go bullish, I would be surprised to see that. But, you know, markets have a tendency to get everyone bearish. And just when they are super bearish, the markets flip and actually start to really rally back in the opposite direction. And investors start to get bullish, but not until the move is over. Anyways, if this move plays out here, it really starts to ramp up to the upside, which would mean we start to break above 136.76, and the markets don't look like they're ready to cool off. We have a target, a new target, that's $1.5680. 15680. That's right here, guys. New target. New target above the market, 15680. So basically the markets would trade up to this level, maybe a little higher, and close below it. We're just looking for the markets to basically hit that level, 15680. And that would look like if we went for a straight shot today, markets went straight up, which I doubt they will, but if they did, that would be awesome. 44% from where we're currently trading, which is about $1.08362. So that's target number one, guys. We also have another target, a little bit higher. That would be at $1.8611. 18611 right up in here. Both of these new levels, which were not in yesterday's video, are in orange. 18611, 15680. That will look like, if we take that for a percentage, you're at like 71% higher from where we're currently trading at $1.08. So I'm not saying we're getting up there. What I'm saying is if this move starts to really develop back to the upside, we get above 128, we're still trading higher at 136.76. We're still trading higher. 156.80 is where the markets should find a little bit of resistance for a short period of time. And then they could actually continue back to the upside, 18611. Just like we spoke about the downside level, where markets should find support for a period of time, which is 85.20, 84.494 for a period of time. That period of time is playing out right now, but that doesn't mean that the markets won't continue their roll over to the downside. The period of time is a tough one to call. It could be a couple days. It could be the bottom, from now on. We just don't know. That's why we keep an eye on the price action day by day. So just because you found support here at 85.20 and markets are rallying doesn't mean that the sell-off is over and we're heading up to all-time highs. Earlier in the video, remember I said overall the chart is bearish right now, but within a downtrend or even within an uptrend, you have moves in the opposite direction for short periods of time. Eventually, you'll get a big change in trend, but that could look something like this. So we could get a rally up here to 128, excuse me. Then you start to get a pullback. That pullback could put in a higher low, and then that's when you want to be able to spot that. If that starts to play out, we're going to talk about it. Then you get the real big leg up, which gives you the higher high, and people get bearish down here, which is not good. And then you get a massive, massive bull run to the upside. That is the really good change in trend in a perfect world. I mean, we've seen that play out quite a bit. We've seen it play out on a lot of different cryptocurrencies and stocks. It plays out. Takes a little bit of time, but man, that move to the upside can be quite bullish. The other thing is, the market sometimes will just kind of start to go straight up and we won't really get much of a pullback, maybe just one day in the red, then they continue higher. But overall, this chart is still bearish, but keep in mind we do have some new upside targets, 156.80, 186.11. What we're keeping our eye on next in line is 128, $1.28. Above that, the 136.76, guys. So that is to the upside. Big targets up there. I don't know if we'll get there or not. We have, if these markets continue to sell off, okay, we have obviously the 85.20. We'll keep an eye on as markets, if markets continue lower, if they start to trade back below the 85.20, maybe they stop at 79.700 for a brief period of time. And then maybe they get a rally, which would mean like undercutting the lows, basically a double bottom, and then moving higher. There's a chance of that, but there is the target, which is still valid and still could be in play. The head and shoulders gives us way down there at 35 cents. So a lot going on in the charts, but today just keep your eye on 128 above the market, 85.20 below the market. 128 above, 85.20 below. We're basically just in a range right now. Any questions or concerns, leave them down in the comments. Do the best getting it back to all of the comments from the viewers. Appreciate all of the new subscribers and current subscribers, of course. All the support, guys. All links down below. Let me know your thoughts. If you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and do so. Turn the bell on if you want to be notified. You guys have a great Thursday, I believe it is. Let's see what the markets do. Bitcoin quite bearish right now, guys. Let's see if we get any follow through to the downside, but right now, not looking too good. So this bounce we're seeing here might just be very short term. All right, guys, I'll see you down in the comments.